Well, here it is, December 11th, which is a birthday for some important people today, including my sister, but she's not here. So December 11th has always been a good day for me, special day. It'll be our Oseibo service and also our Bodhi Day service, commemorating the awakening of the historical Buddha Shakyamuni. You can still talk amongst yourselves. We don't think we're on the internet yet. Probably nobody's listening, and it wouldn't hurt if we just said how much we trust the government and are happy with what's going on. But maybe we're not on the internet yet, and we can say what we really think, which is, I'm really pleased to see you here. You know, in this day and age, there's about 10 of you in the Honda already, and we have about 8 people working next door, so that's a good live turnout, and we have deep trust that there are people listening on the internet. I will now, officially, if I may, start the service. This is our combined Bodhi Day and Oseibo service. We're going to start with the ringing of the Kansho. After I ring the calling bell, I will come back and I will sit on the Onaijin, and we're going to chant Juseige today. Thank you so much for being here. We will now proceed with our service and move on to the chanting of the Juseige, which is romanized on page 39 of the service book. Namadutsu, Namitabatsu, Namadutsu. Today, on this occasion of the Bodhi Day and Oseibo observations, we are reverently gathered in the presence of Amida Buddha, repeating our reliance upon the three treasures of the truth. We rely upon the Buddha, we rely upon the Dharma, we rely upon the Sangha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. We'll move on with the chanting of the Juseige. Busatsu Daimuryo Jukyo Juseige Gagoncho Thegon Hishimu Jodo Shigan Hu Mandoku Tehujo Shogak Gao Muryo Ko Uidai Theishu Uthai Sho Bingu Tehujo Shogak Gashidyo Butndo Myoshoto Jippo Kukyo Mi Shomon Tehujo Shogak Ryokujin Shonen Joeshu Bongyo Shigumu Jodo Isho Teninshi Jinriki and Daiko Ushomu Taido Shoujo San Kumyo Kosai Shu Yakunan Kaihichi Egen Meshi Kon Muan He Tokusho Akudo Dudaten Shumon Kosojo Mandoku Iyoro Jippo Nichigaten Shujuki Tenko Onhugen Ishu Kai Hodo Koseku Dokuho Yo Odai Shuchu Teppo Shishiku Kuyo Ithayabuten Gu Sokushu Tokuhon Kaneshten Yoman Toku I Sangayo Yobutnu Gechi Kudaten Mi Husho Gangaku Eriki Toshi Sai Shoson Shiganya Koka Daisen no Kando Koku Sho Tenina Tochin Myoke Namandabu 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 Gani Shikudoku Byodo Sei Isai Do Honmonai Shina Onyo La Koku Namanda Buddhamanda Namanda 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 Buddhamanda Namo Amida Butsu Namanda Butsu Namo Amida Butsu Namo Amida Butsu Namanda Butsu Namo Amida Butsu. We'll ask you to rise at this time for the singing of the Gatha in Lumbini's garden, which is on page 117 in the service book we use, provided by OCBC. In Lumbini's garden. Please sing along. Softly blew the breezes on that glorious morn in Lumbini's garden where Siddhartha was born. From the earth sprang flowers, birds and warbles sang. Through the earth and heavens, strains of music rang. Gods and men and angels all for worship came. Glory to Lord Buddha, glory to his name. Please remain standing if you would for the reading of the Three Treasures, and that is on page 10 of the same service book. The Three Treasures. How rare and wondrous it is to have been born into human life, and now I live it. How rare and wondrous it is to be able to listen to the Buddha Dharma, and now I am able to hear it. If I do not transcend the world of delusion in this life, when will I ever attain spiritual liberation? May I, along with the entire Sangha, with sincere heart and mind, rely on that which can be truly relied on in life, the Three Treasures. I rely on the Buddha. May I, along with all sentient beings, awaken to the great path with my entire being and discover the highest aspiration, which is to become a Buddha. I rely on the Dharma. May I, along with all sentient beings, deeply reflect on the meaning of the sutras and gain wisdom that is as deep and vast as the ocean. I rely on the Sangha. May I, along with all sentient beings, become one Sangha of life, able to move forward and live with a dynamic spirit that is hindered by nothing. The unsurpassed, deep, and wondrous Dharma, even in millions of kalpas, is extremely difficult to encounter, but now I am able to experience and embrace it. May I come to understand and revere the true meaning of the Tathagata. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Well, again, good morning, and thank you for attending or tuning into this service. This is our Bodhi Day service and also our Oseibo service for the year 2022. We wind down here at the Pasadena Buddhist Temple as December progresses. We're going to wind down a bit, only to come back strong in January. For this year, our last service will be next Sunday, the 18th. December 18th, 2022. I hope some of you can come back next Sunday. I will take some vacation from the next day, so this coming week will be the last week of the meditation, Tai Chi, and the study classes until next year, until January, early January. As this is a dual celebration, Bodhi Day and Oseibo, you might expect a longer than usual Dharma talk. That will not be the case. Actually, this talk will be shorter than usual, not short, but shorter than usual. So please allow me to give a very brief recap of this historical event which is recalled on Bodhi Day. Just about 2,500 years ago, if you accept the historical numbering, 2,528 years ago, the region-elect of a small principality in northern India, who was named Siddhartha Gautama, had a startling experience of awakening to reality. This startling experience of awakening to reality had been experienced before, But no, not in recorded history. It's the first time in recorded history somebody saw this and tried to explain it and wrote it down. This discernment, enlightenment, had not been realized and reported probably in many centuries. Enlightenment in recorded history had not been explained with clarity before the figure whom we now refer to as Shakyamuni Buddha explained this to us. The Buddha awoke at the age of 35 and spent 45 years trying to explain, and he taught his students and their students trying to explain. The truths that flow out of the discernment of awakening are vast, valuable, and remarkable. Shakyamuni's students, their students, all the way down to me, have been continuing to clarify the meaning and the implications of this perception of how the world truly is. The meaning as we have it, after the first 2,528 years of clarification, is the inseparable intermingling oneness of all things. The inseparable intermingling oneness of all persons, places, objects, and events. All things are one in an endless process. In the endless process of life, all things are one. The world is not some one big thing, as Parmenides and Zeno had thought. They were the most famous advocates of oneness. The most famous advocates of oneness, at least amongst the ancient Greek philosophers. And they meant, by oneness, they meant this thing here, this is it, you know. What we mean is you, me, the sun, the earth, the stars, radiation, electromagnetism, gravity, this is all the truth. It's not some big thing, it's a tremendously diverse and dynamic process. The world is an endless process of which we've always been a part. We've always been a part of this endless process since the complex of causes and conditions in the background of our lives brought us forth. We are not alone. We cannot be separated out of this endless becoming, this great process of cause and effect and manifestation, realization, presentation. It's all flowing from multiple directions. We can't be pulled out of this. We are not alone. We'll never be alone. Now, Shakyamuni Buddha saw this intermingling, unified system of occurrences with great clarity. With great clarity, the historical Buddha Shakyamuni saw the interpenetrating, unified system of occurrences, which is life, which is the truth. The Buddha awoke, we believe, thoroughly to this deep truth and charted a path, actually many paths, to awakening. To understand what the Buddha saw on Bodhi Day may take a long time. It may be some time before we thoroughly understand what that insight is. To get the basics of it can be done by anyone, anytime. We are all one. That's an oversimplification. It's a true oversimplification. It's like when I draw one of those 9-circle diagrams of the solar system, and I ask the trick question, is this accurate? And the answer is absolutely. If we could fax this to alien life, they could find us with this map, third rock from the sun. It is accurate, nine circles with a dot for the sun in the middle. It's very broad and general view. And put very broadly and generally and accurately, we are all one. All is one. There's only one universal process. We are sub-processes within the great universal process, and sub-processes are not discernible and separable the way we think they are. It's really one thing. Oversimplification, but a true oversimplification. We're all one. It's not a revelation. We don't need prophets. And if salvation exists, it lies in the depths of our hearts and minds. Realization is salvation. We don't need prophets. We have discernment. The Buddha discerns something true. We can discern it for ourselves, and eventually, if we don't, we walk on a different path. If it doesn't open up for us, it will open up for you. All is one. We are all one. The sun is our sun. The discernment of the full meaning of this unity within differentiation is a remarkable achievement. Bodhi, the highest wisdom. But again, it's not a revelation, it's a discernment. It is a discovery which each of us can make to some real extent, the oneness of life. When can we all see the deep oneness of all life? We don't have to see it thoroughly the way the Buddha did. We can just see just the thrust of it, the main point. We are sharing together one life. When will we wake up to this truth? When will each of us see, to some real extent, the dynamic oneness of all life? We're just waiting for the right moment. Don't wait. Don't wait. You don't have to see it the way the Buddha saw it. Live your life in the light of oneness, connection, no separation. We are one. Don't wait. We mustn't wait for the right moment to see this. That's what I have to say here on Bodhi Day, Deep Wisdom Day, Enlightenment Day. We're also celebrating Oseibo today. And what I have to say about Oseibo is thank you. I want to sincerely thank all of you. I want to thank all of you for your support, your generosity, your kindness, your friendship. Oseibo is an ancient Pan-Asian celebration of the end of the year, a celebration which includes giving to others. It's not Christmas, it's much older than Christmas, but I love the lights at this time of year. I love the Christmas lights. And I mentioned to a couple of you that this may sound cynical, but I don't mean it cynically, that I look at the Christmas lights and I go, lights, the reason for the season. That, you know, in Christian theology, there is a strain of Christian theology that sees the deep truth as light, just as Buddhists do. Maybe it's a symbol, maybe it's a model, maybe that's it. The truth is coming to us all the time in the form of light. So I love the Christmas lights. But we're not celebrating Christmas ourselves usually. Some of us will. But for us, the lights are the reason for the season. For us, light is what matters. Illumination, clarity, discernment. Light is the reason for the season of Oseibo. Light is the reason for Bodhi Day. Walk in the light. Walk along with me. Keep walking this Oseibo season. Walk with me and allow me to walk with you, always forward. Again, truly, thank you. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Anda Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Three masks, but I only wear one. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Butsu, Namo Butsu. So we're now at this most important part of our service called announcements. So does anyone have an announcement to make? Yeah, please come on up, come line up. I don't mean to suppress discussion. Do have an announcement. I just like to keep them within half an hour each. Yeah, that includes me.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I think we sent out several conflicting messages and website announcements on whether or not there's service next Sunday. As Reverend Gibbs said, if he's here, we have service. So we are having service next Sunday, and we'll make the corrections on the website and the e-blasts that are coming out this week. So looking forward to seeing you this Sunday, and then the next 2 Sundays, we are, it's the 25th and January 1st will be closed, but we will be here for Joy IA, the last day of the year service at 6 p.m. And whatever day of the week the 31st is, I believe it must be a Saturday. That's the day that we're going to be having Joy IA here, and it's short, and everybody gets a chance to ring the bell out there. So thank you very much for coming today in the rain, in the massive amount of rains, and we invite you to join us next door for Otoki, our Buddhist Women's Association has been preparing udon for us, and we'd also like to do our Oseibo celebration in the classroom. Thank you very much again for coming.
No one else has an item they need to announce or an event? If not, we're going to close the service. Again, as Kathy said, we certainly hope to see you next door. We've got udon, I believe, and fellowship. So please do come next door for a little bit before you get on the road to celebrate Oseibo, the year-end season of giving and appreciation. Thank you so much for being here today. I do appreciate your presence. I will close the service with Gassho, posture of respect and peace, and in saying the Buddha's name a few times as usual. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Dabutsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Butsu, Namo Butsu. Thank you very much, and I'll refresh the incense in the burners if you had not yet offered incense.